All right, it's time for some Turkey Day football. Detroit Lions taking on those Chicago Bears at home. This is a team we see every now and then on Thanksgiving. I believe outside of them in our division, we've seen the Vikings a little bit. We'll have the Packers every now and then as well. But the Bears are definitely a team we play a lot on this day. Before we get into the points of this game, I want to do a little recap of what happened last week with both teams. The Lions playing the Cleveland Browns. The game was a lot closer than I expected. The Lions, in the second half showed up a little bit. Their defense played pretty well. I think you had some off stuff here and there from each side, and you got Tim coming in for us at quarterback. With Goff being hurt, I don't believe Goff will play this Thursday either, but we'll see how that progresses through as the week goes. But I expect Tim to be in there again. I don't know if they'll put in David, but I think they'll give Tim another chance here at quarterback. The Lions losing by 3 to the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland was a pretty entertaining game. The game plan, like I said, it kind of went how I was expected. Both teams were trying to run the football. Swift going over 100 yards a game. He's been playing some really great football. And he also had Hawkinson make a couple plays here and there as well. On the flip side, our defense really did, like I said, they did their thing. They kept us in that game, gave us a chance. Obviously, we had a couple turnovers in there. Didn't really help us to, continue the points to try and win that game. So hopefully we can clear up some of those mistakes and try again this week on Thanksgiving. As far as the Bears, coming off of a tough loss, against the Baltimore Ravens, had it there at the end, and their defense just couldn't make that last stop. Fields got hurt. I believe it was his ribs. I don't know if he's going to play in this game. That's same thing with Goff. We don't know what the status of those two players are, whether it be Fields or Andy Dalton. We'll see how that turns out. As far as the Bears, defensively, they play pretty well too. Huntley did get some plays, had some Lamar Jackson type plays, because we know Lamar didn't play last week in the Ravens and Bears game. So coming into this week, I think the game plan for the Lions, I think we're pretty much going to see this the rest of the way, guys, as Lions fans. The Lions are going to be trying to primarily run the football. We haven't seen too much out of the pass game, which is unfortunate, especially with throws downfield. I don't know if it's play calling or it could just be a lack there of having the deep threats at receiver, like losing Galladay and Marvin Jones Jr. definitely really hurt us. It's one of those things, I don't know if it's more the quarterback who's calling actually running the plays, or it's the play calling, because we've seen it with two quarterbacks now. It was Tim's first start, so we'll see how it goes this week, but I'd like to see some more plays downfield, at least attempting, keep the defense honest. But on the flip side, the run game still has been pretty solid, but we need to find some kind of balance there. We're not getting enough out of that pass game. We need to get a little bit more if we're going to try and get a win here at some point. And as far as the Bears are concerned, like I said, I think they're going to be trying to do a lot of the same things we are doing as far as, running the football and, setting up some play action, and they definitely have some guys that can hurt you deep, or even hurt you in the small ball game, and take it all the way. They got some speed guys too, so they got a couple playmakers on their side of the ball. So I think it's one of those you look at. I think Bears fans are going to say the same thing. It's sometimes the play calling can be a little bit suspicious, but we're going to see how this game comes out. And then Bears defense. There will be no Khalil Mack for this game, but they still have some decent guys up front, so that's definitely something the Lions are going to have to account for as far as pressure coming in. But, like I said, both teams are going to be looking to run the football, and I think this will be a close game. I don't think either team's going to blow anybody out. As far as who I have winning this game, especially with Goff, I believe Goff will not play this game. I don't know whether it be Fields or Andy Dalton. I trust either of those quarterbacks over Tim right now, especially because he just doesn't have the experience. So in that regard, the Bears definitely have the advantage at the quarterback. And as far as defense, I think we've seen both defenses, give up some plays here and there. I think they're both a little bit kind of a seesaw of things, but I don't think either defense is terrible, but neither is super elite either. So I think you'll see some decent plays from each side. As far as the run game for each team, it's going to be I think whoever runs the football better is going to end up winning this game. But with the combination of what the quarterback is doing, and when I say about the advantage of the Bears having the quarterback situation, whether it be Dalton or Fields, I just feel like they have that advantage. So I think they're going to be able to make plays, not only running the football, but getting some deep throws downfield, which you need to keep the defense honest and ultimately set up for getting points and getting touchdowns. And that's how you win games. And With that said, I got to go with the Chicago Bears. I think it will be a close game. Lions could have a chance, if they get a couple turnovers here and there and, set up and actually cash those in for touchdowns and not settling for field goals. The Lions could have a chance, but I got to go with the Bears. I just think that the advantage at quarterback is really going to give them the edge, and I think a big other thing will be comes down to coaching, who's going to call the better plays, who's going to have the better game plan, try and stop what the other team's doing. But just with the fact that I give the Bears the heavy advantage as far as quarterback play, whether it be Fields or Dalton, it doesn't really matter who's in. I just got to go with the Bears here. I see them winning by anywhere from 3 to 10 points. So probably in that range, kind of how I predicted last week with the Cleveland Browns. But yeah, I definitely got to give the Bears the advantage here. I'm hoping it's going to be a good game, entertaining, and hopefully my turkey doesn't taste, too sour. How the Texans did us last year. My turkey went in to go eat that thing, and it was kind of tasting a little bit sour. I'm hoping my meal tastes a little bit better this year. And go Lions, Bears fans, Lions fans, and let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next week.